Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. This is take 3. Because every time I decide to record something, bad happens. Hi. Welcome to the end of the year or the beginning of next year, depending on how you look at it. It's been a long, long year. This year has been powerful. It's been the biggest year of change, permanent change, I think I have ever experienced. Ever. A lot of life altering things have come up, a lot of emotionally altering, perspective changing things happened. A lot of change has happened this year. It's not even just mine, like everybody around me seems to have gone through something this year or, had something nice happen to them, but it all seems to be very life altering change happened this year. Most of it not too good. My life has been rough, I've gone through this, that, and the other thing this year. Everything you could probably think of. Yeah. Should I be even further back? I feel like I'm so small in frame. Yeah, it's been really hard. Um, this year started off incredibly confusing. In January, some things happened that I wasn't too sure what was going on, and it really set the tone for the year. Where at the beginning of the year, in terms of my career, I was really confused. I felt like nothing I was making was good. Every experience I had, especially from January to March, made me feel like a failure. Um, it really reinforced the thoughts that I was going through at the end of last year in December. I was really down on myself. I was ready to quit. I was ready to just stop making videos altogether. And 3 times, I think, from January to March, it felt like everything I did was bad, and um, everything that I was doing just wasn't worth doing. I don't really know how I got through it, actually. Um, I kind of do. I started doing photography instead of videography in, I want to say, April. And that really brought my confidence back because I was taking photos. I had never really been a photographer before, but I was taking things that actually looked really good. And it sort of reinvigorated this idea in me that, like, not everything I make is bad. It's just, clients I was working with were difficult, and my work was fine. I look back on it now and I see the flaws that maybe I saw, but a lot of the time, not every time, a lot of the time, the work wasn't that bad. It was genuinely the people I was working with that made it so difficult to feel like I was doing a good job. Yeah, I feel like at the end of the year I really got my stride and I was okay again. I feel like I so it happened around June where I had gotten 2 jobs to sort of repent for my last 2 years of freelance work. I got 2 jobs. I got my money back in order. I wasn't struggling anymore. I'm fine now, thankfully. Um, so I went from worrying every time I went to fill up gas to, not looking at the pump. I just didn't have to look at the number anymore. And not, I didn't have to feel this overbearing weight of emotion anymore. I could just buy coffee after work and not feel like I was wasting the last of my savings. Um, and it's genuinely been really nice since then. Not having to think about that anymore is great for sure. Um, yeah. Besides that, work has been well. I did a couple photo shoots throughout the year. Street photography, portraits, um, a couple social media gigs for somebody. Um, I got I got a lot of new equipment. A lot of this that's being filmed right now is new. I have like filters, and I've got a monitor, and I have new lights that you see. It's great. I got a new drone this year. I've been thriving, which is really nice because I think this next year is going to be hard. We mic checking. Hopefully this works this time. Third time's the charm. Fourth time's the charm. They say. People been saying that. Fourth time. Shit. Hello. Um, this is the part of the video where we talk about the future. The future is an interesting one because it's so unpredictable, right? The past, we see everything that's happened to us through whatever lens we're looking through, nostalgic, present day, what could have been. um, the future is so uncertain because all you can do is, try your best to get there. So obviously, nothing is guaranteed. Um, I set goals as a way to not achieve the goals specifically, but to sort of navigate um, my decision making a little bit. Specifically, one goal is to write scripts every month. I want one script every month, and it's probably not going to happen. But I I really just want to get better at writing, and for reasons we'll get into, writing scripts is a lot easier than making a physical goal of, um, filming 3 big productions or even 1 big production. Script writing is something that I've dabbled in this last year um, because I had an idea, kind of. Um, and I've had some ideas here and there throughout the years, but I didn't know how to write them until this year. I've really tried writing. It didn't come out too great, but I think if I work on it through different ideas instead of focusing on one idea, I'll sort of pinpoint how to write correctly. That's the goal anyway. That's what I hope to achieve. The reason why I think script writing is more possible than other avenues is that it's possible we'll be moving this year. Um, Not just like we're moving, down the street. We're potentially moving across the country. I could be moving anywhere in this country. I could be moving just down the street too. It's tough, it's hard, and it's impossible to guess because I just need a job that pays well enough, and jobs tend to not pay well enough. The idea of moving this year is terrifying because I don't know where I'll be going, what job I will get when I'm there, or how to even move, really. I've lived in this same house my whole life, and um, I've always liked the idea of moving and, exploring the country I live in. Um, but it is a big, scary process, nonetheless. Just gotta keep checking. We're still recording. Um, yeah. Back in 2022, I had a job where I was moving around. For 2 months, I lived in Seattle and in New Jersey, technically. Lots of birds out here. I was living in Seattle and New Jersey for 2 months, and then I lived in like Washington D.C. for a week, which isn't really living. It was just moving from place to place. But I lived in a hotel in Seattle for a month that year, and um, it was nice. I really liked Seattle, but it also sort of expanded my horizons past California, and it made me realize that I wanted to live somewhere else. And the thing about moving across the country with my family would feel like I'm maybe stuck living with my family. I wouldn't know what it's like to live on my own. I wouldn't know what it's like to live somewhere else because it would still feel like home, but in a different spot. But then I get the same feeling when I think about living here. I wonder that if I lived here, would I be stuck with my friends? Stuck seems like a negative word, but California is really expensive, and if I were to stay here, I wouldn't have enough money to move anywhere else, I don't think, unless I had a really good paying job. And the reality is, I think I really want to explore different states. I want to see different things. California's hot and it's sunny. It's really hot right now. It's the middle of winter, and it's hot at 10 a.m. I like cold. I like the fall season. Um, we don't really see that much around where I'm at. It's difficult, right? And I just think California specifically isn't what I'm looking for as a person. The only problem is all of my friends are here, and I love all of my friends. It's this really difficult conundrum where I really want to stay for them, but I really want to move for me. And I think there is like a middle road where it's like, yeah, you can go live somewhere else for 6 months, just or whatever, 6 years, stay in contact with everybody, come back. Everyone's gonna be so happy when you're back. That's what my brain says. It's the other part of my brain's like, no, everyone's gonna forget about you, and you're not gonna be friends after the first year, and that's what terrifies me. Also, the idea of moving somewhere else and not making friends. I'm really bad at making friends, to be clear. All of my friends that I have right now, I've known for years, I think. That's not true. I've made a couple new friends this year, but it's friends of friends, and it's like, I don't know how to do that, you know? Meeting people's hard. But maybe it's a California thing. Maybe people are nicer other places. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know anything about anywhere else. Beyond script writing and moving potentially, though, I want to make a lot more content this year. Not content like this, or even on this channel, but I really want to make more social media content. Um, it's just something that I've known that I've had to do for the longest time, but never did. I don't even need to dive into trends or anything like that. It's literally, I think I want to become more of like a technical, maybe not a gear tuber, but like maybe not even a tutorial tuber. I don't know. There's just something about people who are like making these cinematic videos that are also somewhat informative that's like, I really want to dive into that, I think, because it feels like it's helpful enough to be part of like the algorithm, but it's also like not slop like the algorithm is in my mind. So I don't know. That's what I think I'm going to try to do. Script writing, content, which I think go hand in hand, because if you write a script for content, I think it'll help story structure or something like that. I don't know. Content, script writing, figuring out my life and how to move. Those are the big three. Those are my big three. I don't have smaller goals. I try not to have smaller goals. I think that they're difficult to remember and manage. Do you guys hear that? But yeah, the future is difficult because this year was so hard to navigate. The beginning of the year was really difficult. The middle of the year was great, and the end of the year got really sad. Um, it got really sad until like the last week, where it was like really high, but also more sad than the rest of the year. So I don't know. I've been in an emotional roller coaster, but overall, I think we did really well this year, and I'm looking forward to next year. We gotta refocus. Fuck, Carlos. What did I call you? I had a name for you. And so the year has ended once again. Thank you for sticking out. Every video, every tens months that I go without uploading. I appreciate you being here. And if you see me in real life, I appreciate you too. I didn't talk about it too much this time. I feel like other times when I was younger and on my other videos, I got very sappy about my friends, and I'm still very sappy about my friends. um, I try not to talk about it too much because I feel like that's all I talk about on this channel. But this year's been really hard. It's been weird. It's been great. It's been awesome. It's been the worst year of my life. It's been the best year of my life. I hate saying that. I say it every time, but it's so true. I just hope I get to be happy next year. That's all. That's all I want. I just want to be a little happy. Just need a little bit, you know? I don't know. Ah. What are the odds? Wouldn't it be funny if I never uploaded ever again?